Pandas, 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 TGIM. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys are here. Thank God it's Monday. And we are back. We are back to trading pure price action on this channel. You guys ready for today? I hope you guys are. We do have news at 10 o'clock, so please be aware. Gary Ganvrin, thanks for becoming a super panda. Thanks for your support. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as a forms over time. Enjoy your panda emoticons and also enjoy access to the pre-market show. Not only that, this guy is a super panda. Enjoy access to the Discord where we continue to talk about trading, continue to have our conversations when it comes to trading, and just having a community with us all day when it comes to price action. Good morning, guys. Good morning. No trigger, no trade. Good morning, Kevin Mack, Louisville. Good morning, Tanner, Speedy Boy, Maria G, Day Trading. Good morning, welcome, guys. And also, don't forget, today is the last day to snag the 80% off of Apex for the lifetime of the evaluation. Now, that's where this eval or this coupon is special, because it is for the lifetime of the evaluation, 80% off. So every month it renews, and before the coupons would be like 50% off, the preceding months. But this one is 80% off, and it's based on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, wherever you want to call it. It's a special deal, and I think it's the best deal. TGIM. Good morning, guys. Northern Turtle, good morning. Chris, good morning. SW Blaze, good morning from Chicago. Drop a GM in the chat. Make sure you scalp that like button as well. Let's let the pandas know we are back. I took a break on Friday. I had a nice day off and got to rest a little bit more. Casey says, I haven't seen you use automated trading. Why have you stopped? I honestly just been so focused on the channel. Like the automated trading, like it still needs some tweaking. Honestly it works, but then at the same time it's like you gotta tweak it. It's kind of like autopilot. It's kind of like it's like, you can kind of trust it, but at the same time you gotta be like, do I want to put my life in the hands of the autopilot? Not really. Like, you want to monitor it, you want to keep your eye on it. So it's kind of like that. It's in that stage right now. I think automated trading will probably kind of always be in that stage. Kind of like self-driving will always be in beta. Will always be in beta, because like you never want to take the responsibility. But yes, this is a fully automated car, and we'll take the full liability. If anything happens. No, they're always saying it's beta. Use at your own risk type thing. Dante Matthews, good morning. Davian, good morning. GT Trader, let's make that money. Money? Pandas don't need money, they need bamboo. Charles Wilson, Panda, you taking this short if it gets to the EMA? Am I? I don't know. Let's take a look. Should we take it? Multiple pushes down here. Currently in a downtrend. We do have news at 10. Pushes down further. The reason why I like this is because it actually hits these multiple times here. But ultimately breaks down. It could be an undershoot. I'm not sure. Do I want to take a short here? I don't know. The short looks decent. It's just so close to the open. I don't know. It looks decent here, actually. Looks decent. Too leggy. Back to the 20 EMA here. Do I want to take this trade is the question. It's coming off the 20 EMA and also our trend line. But you can always consider this as a break of trend. Actually, maybe this is break of trend new low. This could be a break of trend to new low. So instead of looking for the second entry short, but I mean, it's in a decent spot. You actually want it to go a little bit higher here. I don't like the failed trap. I don't like that. It's a tough one. Gary Gamer says, no question, I'm taking it up against the trend line and EMA. Ooh, this guy's confident. GC Burke says, good morning from how about
10,000 tick trap.
Commander's country. I don't know why you would say that. Didn't even win. Carl Herman, good morning from Asheville, North Carolina. Iron Cruise, we have 192 limited orders sitting at a limit order sitting at 40.45. All right, second entry short triggered here. It's a terrible signal bar, outside bar as well. It's not outside bar reversal, but it's an outside bar. It's not a double reversal. You need a better signal bar than that. Getting a little choppy as well. You would want some more room to the bottom of these pivots as well. It's just, it got close, but not quite there. Not quite there. Northern Turtle, some oceanfront property over there. Alright. This will run late, shorts over. Okay. Possibly. It was a little tricky for me, I don't know. It's just, yeah. The signal bar is not there, and the setup is not there, and it's so slow. It's so close to open. I'm just gonna sit on my pause. Casey says, I'm so happy for South Korea. South Korea jumped out of the frying pan right into the fire. I mean, it's nice that they made it to, the 16 round, whatever. But Brazil, Neymar's back, and yeah. I was like contemplating maybe not streaming today. I was contemplating maybe I won't stream today because I just want to watch this game. But you know what? For the pandas, while you guys can stay home and watch it, maybe I'll have it up. One eye and charm on the game. It was a legit miracle that Korea made it. Like if you understood the circumstances, the criteria for the circumstances were so specific that it was actually, in my opinion, like a miracle that Korea made it in. It's like Korea had to win by a certain amount, or Uruguay had to win by a certain amount. If Uruguay won by too much, then that would have been bad. You know, they had to win just by a certain amount, and everyone was fighting for their lives. Like everyone wanted to win, so it's just like, you know, and it also, you know, it probably didn't hurt that, you know, Ronaldo got, you know, benched after, like, you know, halftime. Kid Poker says, good morning. Just got my trade copier last night for my 40. Let's go, baby. Hey, hope you do well. I mean, what is going on here? Like, seriously, like, if you're in this trade, then, man, it's just thoughts and prayers to you. It's just who knows what's going to happen here. I know I wouldn't like to be in this trade right now with the current price action. You're kind of green, kind of red. You're break even sometimes. Sorry about that.
Tick trap.
I was just saying that you were, congrats for anyone who took that trade and got a scalp. It was just a little too close to market open for me, and right at the market open, there's volatility that could have made that go the other way, which I don't like, and so it's a little too unpredictable there for me. So I did miss that scalp, but I'm okay with missing it just because, yeah, I'm just thinking long term. You know, if I were to, you know, keep trading that's pretty risky trade in my opinion. We do have news at 10 o'clock. Don't forget that. We have another second entry short possibly here. But look at how sideways it's going. We're clearly underneath the 20 MA though. maybe showing signs of bearishness, but it's getting so sideways at this point as well. So a little hard to tell what's going to happen here. Bye bye microphone. Bye bye mic. I see your lips moving. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, 10K chart's a little far away from the 20 MA, so actually I'm thinking that's gonna go the other way. Second entry short does trigger here, and the trap triggers the other way. It's just beneath the 20 MA, so I just don't have any. I don't have any prems here. I don't have any prem. No prem here right now, and it's just watching this go. It's too sideways for me.
10,000 tick trap.
A little too sideways. Just watching this like bounce around. Again, news at 10, so we could be in trading range until then. We only have 2 days of news this week. We have news today at 10, and then on Friday we have news at 8:30, the core PPI numbers, and I believe, yeah, that's high impact. The core PPI is gonna be pretty big. Just no idea what's happening. Letting this chop out. Just let it chop out before I get in. It's way too sideways. And look at the trading range indicator, giving us a trading range, saying, you know, just be careful here. It's too small to really trade off of, but it's nice to have because it lets you know to stay out of the market. Little too choppy for me. Pandas, make sure you guys take full advantage of the 80% off Apex code. I'm going to keep talking about it today because this is the last day, and I really want you to take advantage of it if you guys are considering wanting to trade with a prop firm. I say seriously, Apex is the best. Tim says, congratulations on your success at Apex. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Iron Chris, I got 450K accounts. Let's go, maybe. It's so funny how little money I make when you guys buy the 50K accounts. It's like $2 or something, like $5. I don't know. It's because it's so cheap and I barely get money from them. It's so funny, but you know, I do appreciate you guys using the coupon. I have $300 to pass 5 evals with the copier. Let's go, baby. Let's get that today. Hey, stock up, pandas. Like, honestly, this coupon is special because it's 80% off the lifetime off the eval. So it's like, you know, this is to say, like, you don't like trading like too aggressively. This is perfect for you. If you're just beginning and practicing, this is also a perfect opportunity for you. And you can keep this account until you pass it for a year, and you're paying like $30 a month for a 50K account. And the best part is like, let's say you blow it and you don't want to reset it, you can just keep it up and just trade sim. Like, it gives you access to data. Like, it gives you data, it gives you the license, so you can continue to trade and practice with sim. Whereas, you know, it's like, you know, you have to pay for the eval, or you have to pay for the licensing, and so it's kind of nice. It's just like, it's nice to have. I don't know. I think it's not bad, you know, to pay for a month. Kisa, I bought a lot of evals from you, Panda. Hey, appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, guys. I really do appreciate it. I really hope it's beneficial to you as is to me, that you guys are able to just get that bamboo, and yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, 10K chart to me was a little far away from the 20 EMA, so I didn't want to keep going short into that. I really didn't want to keep going short because I'm far away from 20 EMAs. We're going right back to the 20 EMA here. And we can find ourselves having a little zone here. And we'll see how we bounce off this zone. How do you find these zones? Basically, you find these breakouts, and then you look for like, the kind of like the consolidation before it, and it kind of shows you that people bought here before, and now they're buying again. Let's take a quick look at a daily chart. We have this huge wick beneath here, and notice we keep closing above the 200 SMA. And even though we had this huge move down, we basically it's a failed breakdown, and now we're coming back up. But now we're trading into the wick again, so it's a little tricky. If we do break above the previous candle's high, it's a nice first entry. So I'm not sure if it's strong enough to really break through this trend line. Break through the trend line, and then maybe possibly get the measure move. This pink line is a measure move from this move down here. So if I copy and paste it here, you can see that it's the exact same distance from here. Actually, it's a little off. I can even like raise it up a little bit here. Copy and paste it. It's a measure move here that we're looking for, and we're so close to it. You're thinking it's gonna hit it with a super strong bull bar like this, and maybe with some follow through. Again, news at 10, so please be aware. 10,000 tick chart, retesting that 20 EMA. All first entries here. Iron Cruz says, "Can we get a BBM 80 on your trading range indicator?" Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Who knows? To like a pullback, maybe to the 20 EMA here. Looking for another leg up, perhaps. I don't know. It's a little slow for me, and also we have news again at 10. So, like all those things are kind of in my mind still, and just kind of aware of all those things. So, not entirely sure. Let's see here. Let's see what happens. Might get a two-legged pullback here. Main thing that's stopping me from really taking it is really this 20 EMA. I need enough room to it on the 10,000 tick chart. Huh. Two-legged pullback off the 20 EMA, 2000 tick chart. Are we in a trading range or are we trending down? We're looking for a new low here. Good signal bar. I'll be tempted to take a second entry long here. I'll be pretty tempted. I would be tempted to take a second entry long with a decent signal bar here. If the signal bar is an inside bar, I don't know. Could be choppiness. If this is the signal bar, boy oh boy, I don't know. Tricky. It looks a bit uncertain to me, to be honest. But typically, okay, we're making new lows here. Okay. Terrible signal bar. So in a sense, it's kind of nice if you're like uncertain, because you're kind of like, okay, with that signal bar, I'm definitely not going to go long here. This is your new signal bar. Unless it breaks above here, then it's your entry bar. Huh. Huh. I don't know. It just feels uncertain. I'm not thrilled about this. I'm really not thrilled about it. It's getting choppy. Keep kind of going lower as well, making me know there's bears here. Huh. Huh. I don't know. Too difficult for me. Too difficult for me. Kid Poker says, can you use two leggies on the 5 minute? I use two leggies all the time on the 5 minute. It's probably my preferred one after the 2000 tick. Inside bar. Breakout mode. That actually makes things confusing for me. Mm, 20 EMA flattening out here. 3 overlapping bars. News at 10. It's not the worst second entry long you can take. The risk is also very small. At this point, you can actually take a retracement here and get a nice like risk reward. But we're still above the 20 MA here. I don't know. That's tricky. That's really tricky. It's just at this point 3 bars overlapping. It just makes me feel like it's choppy more than a really convicting trend. And I don't know. I just don't. I mean, are you thinking a new high here? Yeah, I guess. That's what you like. You know, break a trend. Here. I mean, you'd be sweating right now if you were in this trade. I mean, I would be sweating right now if I was in this trade. I just don't know. The trap about a trigger, like you're already conceding that you lost this trade if you went long. You got stopped out. If you went long there, you got stopped out. That's kind of like price action. We have this 3 overlapping bars. It starts to get a little uncertain, a little choppy. Very tricky in my opinion. Like, it's like you're thinking, oh, maybe that's a decent long here, but I wish I could tell you exact reason why I didn't want to take that trade. I wish I could tell you exactly why I didn't like that trade. I mean, other than it just kind of looked like it started to get a little overlapping here. We are off the 20 MA. We do have a decent push up here. Go straight into the reversal. Maybe we're still looking for a new low. This could be the first break of this larger trend. And we could be looking for a new low for here. That could be the case as well. Like, that's unfinished business. Honestly, I wish I could just tell you straight up. I think it was just a couple things that I didn't like. Why didn't enter there? It is obviously off the 20 MA. And it obviously is a 2-legged pullback. I think maybe because of news. Like, maybe that's also another thing. I'm like, it could be news. I just don't feel like this is a trend right now. Like, I don't think this is a full-blown reversal either. And I mean, we have multiple bull bars, so it's like maybe, you know, that's kind of what you want to see. Also saw on the 10,000 tick chart just how large this wick was on the 10,000 tick, and just didn't feel so confident that we really were reversing here. You know, I really wish I could just tell you straight up, like, okay, this is the reason why. But maybe it's just this alone here, 1, 2, 3 overlapping bars was enough for me not to enter that trade. And we can just leave it at that. I wish I could give you like a better answer, like, oh, the context obviously shows. No, it's not. Boy, we made that new low. We finally made that new low here. That could be it. That could have been it. You know, waiting for that new low to be created, and finally was with the trap here. now for me, this looks like a kind of like a undershoot, maybe leading to an overshoot reversal. That's what it feels like. It may happen. GC Berg says, is there a way to get the NT chart trader to show where the stops and targets will be for the trade is entered? I don't know of anything like that. I don't know. Aaron Corn says EMA bounce. I'm guessing you're saying from above, but no. I tried, but the force of the downtrend is still here, looking for that new low. And yeah, it's tricky. Like, was I gonna take this trap here too? Like, I don't know. It was tricky. It was just tricky overall. Now we're getting choppiness here, overlapping bars straight up, completely overlapping. Another OI pattern, right? Inside bars, OII, OI. It's just all these inside patterns. That means triangles are being formed on the smaller time frames, which means indecision. Market's confused. I wish. My trade copier isn't working perfect, making less on 2 of the 4 accounts. Yeah, that will happen. It's because when you get filled, the order turns to a market order. And I hope that makes sense for a lot of people, that it changed to a market order because the trade copier prioritizes the exits and entries. So if you're like exiting and entering, it takes priority just to make sure you get into the position and exiting the position, because it thinks that's more important than getting the exact price that you want. Because if you want to exit position, the trade copier, so that's why it turns like your limit order. Like, let's say you had a limit order. The moment the limit order gets filled, it basically turns to, I believe, like a market order in that same spot, and you're just out. It prioritizes your positioning more than your levels, which I understand, and I think that is the way to go. I think that's the way to go. It's happening on every trade, then I don't know. Usually it's not too far off. I would say maybe if you are your master account should be a actual Apex account. Like, I think either eval or PA account. I don't think it really matters, but so just make sure you're not trading like on a sim account as your master. And you're gonna find some things, and honestly, you gotta monitor. And if it's your first time using trade copier, I'll just say monitor it closely, monitor your positioning, because depending on like how quick your and sometimes like your fills get weird, it will enter like, and you have to be aware that you can cancel or flatten all positions. There's a way to do that. If you right click into NinjaTrader, like the control panel, I think you can do almost in any window here. No, you can't. You have to be in the position window, and if you right click, there's a flatten everything. I constantly check that one, and also the orders page to make sure, or the orders tab on the console, not the console, the control center of NinjaTrader. I always make sure I keep an eye on those, because I want to make sure I don't have any leftover orders. Sometimes you like mess things up on your own, user error. Like, sometimes you have like a trade up with a trade copier across multiple accounts, but then you like kind of tick off some of the accounts off the trade copier, so your accounts are still there, and they're not. And like, let's say you close it on one chart, like the master chart, and you're thinking it's being copied over, but you forgot you like took it off. You stopped copying it over. So it's kind of like things like that can also happen, and just you're not that aware of. So I like to keep an eye on just the orders page and also the accounts page. Yusuf says, do you use EMA, SMA? I use EMA, 20 EMA. 20 EMA on this blue line, SMA on this dash line, 240 SMA. No. So Kid Poker says if you hit close trade, it's closing all four. That's not necessarily the case because what actually happens when you close trade, what it does is it puts an order in, right, to go and close a position. But let's say you're copying. Let's say like for some reason you're copying your trades, and you're in a position and then you decide to copy it on the other accounts. When you close position, I believe what it will do is actually will enter a position if you close one. So just be careful. Like the closed position doesn't necessarily close and flatten all positions across all accounts. So you gotta be careful with that. You can tell that I've used a trade copier a lot, and so I feel like I've ran into almost every scenario. I don't know. There might be one or two in there that I haven't really faced yet. Who knows? You don't know what you don't know, but you don't know what you don't know, pandas. And so this is wacky. I mean, look at this. So many overlapping bars. I'm glad I'm not in any trade here. Right. Kid Poker says if I'm entering all four at the same time and then closing all at the same time, yes. If it's working fine, then when you press to close, then it'll close on across all accounts. But every once in a while, you'll be like in the opposite side of trades. And it's kind of hard to explain, but sometimes it gets a little wonky. So when you use a trade copier, like if you like, sometimes like you get filled in like a low liquidity moment in the market, and you like enter a trade and like exit it right away because it gets filled in like a millisecond. But then when it gets copied over, it actually enters a trade on your exit. So it kind of gets weird. And so now all of a sudden you're in a trade that you had no idea you're in, unless you're monitoring all your accounts. And then when you like, okay, when you try to close a position somewhere, then actually, you know, enters like an order on your other accounts. Yeah, it's a little confusing to explain. I wish I could explain it a little more clearly, which I should work on. But yeah, that's kind of like something weird like that can happen. Some scenario like that can happen. If you have an issue with trade copiers, Apex willing to work with you? No, I don't think so. They make a lot of disclaimers when using the trade copier that you got to use at your own risk. Yes, but again, two accounts are losing a tick or two. Yeah. That could be because of slippage or yeah. William C says, good morning, watching and learning. Love the content. If I'm using MES, should I be using 4,000 tick and 20,000 tick? Actually, it's the other way around, right? If you want to make it kind of close to the ES, you got to go less. For those who don't know, MES is a completely different instrument, even though it follows very closely with the ES. So it does so by arbitrage. It does it purely by arbitrage. So when it gets a little off from the MES or the ES, when the MES, you know, the price action looks a little different than ES, it's because arbitrage brings it back to balance. Jamie says, do you ever notice lagging when scrolling? You probably have too many drawings on your chart. I would clear your drawings to see if that makes a difference. Take note of the important ones and redraw them, but you might have a lot of drawings in the past that you maybe not got rid of. Okay, it's making new lows here. Second entry short. News in about 4 minutes here. So Jojo says, Pen is right. So what you can do is actually, if I were ever to trade the MES, I will put an overlay on top of it. Some people don't like that because it also gets a little wonky. But you can put an overlay on the MES. Like let's say you want to trade the price action of the 2000 tick chart, but for the ES, but you want to have the exposure of the MES. You can put an overlay. You can trade the MES and put a ES on top of it. And the only thing I do different with when I do trade like that is I don't go in with stop limit orders. I go in with only limit orders. Because sometimes, since the MES and ES are not perfectly aligned, sometimes like if I put like let's just say an order above this signal bar and I just have the order sitting there, sometimes I'll get filled on the MES, but on the ES it actually didn't touch this order this price yet. And so sometimes that happens. So I usually wait for the ES to show that price action, and I come up with a limit order on the MES and try to come in and get in the trade. That's the only thing really different I do. I call them ghost fills. I'm like, oh, why am I in this trade? Like, it didn't even touch on the ES because the MES is a different product, completely different instrument, and so sometimes it will, it'll be like 1 or 2 ticks different. Sometimes I've seen like 3, 4 ticks off, and it's kind of frustrating. But also it happens on the other side, right? Like when you get stopped out, sometimes the ES will stop you out where the ES didn't actually go to that price point. So it's just like a little risky there. You gotta take. I mean, I think the risk is worth it if I was to trade MES, but just be aware of that. But you can put an overlay, especially if you're thinking long term. Sooner or later, you're gonna trade the ES. You want to be prepared for that. But yeah, if you want to trade just the tick charts on the MES, I want equivalent of a MES to ES. You know what? I actually don't know because I never did it. But I would say the most important thing is make sure every bar is on average is big enough to make a scalp. Whatever tick you use, just make sure that is the case. Because if you're gonna scalp, you want it to be scalped out in one candle if you can. So just news in about 4 seconds here. We're gonna sit on our pause, let it go through. News just smashed the market and caused some delay here. So if you're in that trade, you might have got stopped out. I've seen that happen before, and I do not like the reaction when that happens. Big push down right off the bat. And I'm going to reload my historical here because whenever it stops like that, freezes like that, usually my counts get way off, my tick count. So I'm going to reload here, let it reload, let it bounce around a little bit. I mean, obviously the move down is strong. So maybe we're looking for a new low here. Maybe we're thinking downtrend day today. Let's see the reaction. No follow through yet on the strong bear bar. And that's news. That's why you guys stay away. That's why slippage can be insane when it comes to news. Like if you are like slippage here and you were like long for some reason and that bar just appeared, like you probably would have lost like several points on that. Second entry short, possibly here. A, B, C, second entry short, possibly. I'll take it. Second entry short here. Why not? It's gonna be in the middle, mid-air here, which I don't like. I like to actually touch the 20 MA if possible. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's basically making a triangle here, and you're in like breakout mode. Okay. Pushing up. If you're going to go short, you kind of want it to push up a little bit higher so you can get in. actual resistance. Like you need some sort of resistance here. Going here will be floating in midair, and you kind of have this line here, this trend line, to act as support. So if you went short here, thoughts and prayers, because I think it's a little too risky. You do get the scalp here. Congratulations. It just got a little too, right? It basically created a triangle here. Created a triangle. And for me, triangles are not the most reliable in terms of which way they're gonna break. Could be a failed breakdown. It does give you the scalp though, so congrats if you did take that trade. Let's just say I've done this many times. I've been in this situation many times, and I've been burned by this for not waiting till we actually get to a certain key area. Like we need to get to a resistance if we're gonna go short. Right now, this is floating in the middle of nowhere. This will be a momentum basically if you're gonna go short here. It's a lower high. Second entry short. I kind of like this trade, but again, it's too far away from any key area. Probably looking for a new low, if anything. We'll see though. If you went short here, you were sweating. You just got stopped out if you went short here. See, people are not going to remember the times where I recommend not to enter a trade and it doesn't work. People are not going to remember those days. They're going to only remember, oh, he told me not to go in, but I could have made money. Oh, he told me not to go in, but I would have lost money. But you're going to forget that in about 10 seconds. That's why trading is hard, because you do forget those things, right? Those kind of false positives, false negatives. A lot of false negatives when it comes to trading. That's why it takes a lot of experience to kind of get good. You gotta recognize all those false negatives. Do you have a hotkey to attach an order to an indicator? I don't have a hotkey, but there are plots on the indicator, so you can attach it to this diamond. The diamond is always placed one tick beneath the signal bar. And so, see the signal bar is here. It's one tick beneath the signal bar. This diamond is always placed, because that's where you want to enter your order, right? If you're going to enter short here, that's where you want to enter, one tick beneath the signal bar. So you can attach an order to plots on the indicators. Like I can attach it to the 20 MA. I can attach it to also, this diamond here. So that's kind of nice, like you're like, oh yeah, I want a second entry. I don't care what second entry where it is. I just want it. And it's also very good, especially when the market's kind of fast and you don't think you might be able to enter in the trade or the order quick enough right when, like the signal bar ends. The 5 minute looks a little wonky here. Huge spike down and bounces off of it. Huh. Big news, big drop, but no follow through. Look at the strong bear bar. First one, there was absolutely no follow through here. Micro double bottom instead, and now we're reversing back up. So it's not strong. It's not good enough just to have a strong move in one direction. You need to have some follow through. No follow through here yet. In fact, it's starting to reverse, I think. But we'll see. Daily chart. But this is what I call like an account maker or breaker. Make or break your account. You can pass an eval in one trade here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points. You could pass an eval easily. May want to trap here if we get a trap. It doesn't look like there's gonna be any fall through here, but now we're a little too far away. The data box chart trader. If you're talking about the chart trader, there is a little icon on the top bar of the trading window, and it's like the 5th icon from the right. Trap trade potentially here. Second entry short. Failure A, B, C. I'm not taking the short here. I'd rather take the bounce. Seeing there's no follow through. Thinking reversal. Coming back to retest this breakout area here. Let's see if we're getting bamboo today. Okay, bouncing off the 20 MA. The signal bar is very terrible, but it's not that large. 1, 2, 3. Context is telling me that looks like we're about to reverse here. No follow through, failed to break down. We're pushing strongly above the 20 MA with a trap here. It's an ugly looking trap. Okay, no longer interested. Yeah. Break a trend to new high, perhaps here. I don't know. This is confusing. Like I'm not really. I can't really take these shorts here. I can't take this long. I'm not taking that long. I can't take this short here either. It's untradeable for me at the moment. I'm trying to make sense of it, if anything, right now. Like I really want to enter a trade once I really know what's going on. Like when I see something just obvious, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna take that trade. It's just I want to have that feeling of like obviousness. If you ever had that feeling, I mean, anyone who's been trading for a while kind of knows that feeling. You're like, okay, like this is like I gotta take this trade. I just gotta take it. I think it's a mix of things, but usually when there's that clear trend, that's when you get that feeling. Or like you're at a certain level where you're like, okay, like this is really gonna be strong bullish if we break out of here, and I want some follow through. I'll take a trap trade to the short side. If we get a fail second entry long here, I'll take the short. Okay, we're getting 2 pushes down here. The reason being because we have a break and trend new high already. A, B, C. And we're beneath the 20 MA. Maybe come back to test the apex of this triangle, which is the bottom of basically the bottom of the trading range. But we get a micro double top instead of our actual second entry long. So we cannot take the trap here because there's no trap to be had. We need people to enter long here and then reverse kind of immediately. You want that like reversal to happen quickly, and yeah, we might get it. Second entry long triggers beneath the 20 MA. We're gonna go short here, see how we do. Okay, in this trade, we're gonna try to come back to the bottom of the trading range here, and looks like we're gonna get hit here. I mean, break a trend to new high. That's what I was thinking, and it just reverses immediately. We got the trap. We got the setup we wanted. It looks like we're gonna get stopped out, unfortunately, and man, that's tricky. This market's tricky. I don't know. It's already tricky. Like I just don't know what's happening. Like this is obviously pushing up very strong now. This is tricky. Like you had a trap trade coming back to the bottom. It could be like this gap here showing us strength of the bulls here, perhaps now. I don't know. Maybe 20 MA is too flat. Tricky, tricky. Very tricky. It could be maybe something like this instead, where we had this, and we're looking for a break of trend to new high. So maybe this is the first break of that trend. So don't go short here. You're trying to go that long reversal. Just tricky. Very tricky right there. Wasn't expecting that. But looking for a new high perhaps now. This is the way to see it. Like spike channel. Break a trend of that channel. Testing the new high. Making double top of some sort. But, you know, the risk was like around 2.5 points. You take the hit, you move on. You know, it's not the end of the world. New high created. Pushing higher. Second push up, perhaps. Could be strong move up. You made the new high already, but now look how many bull bars there are in a row. You're feeling pretty bullish right now, in my opinion. Feels pretty bullish. Feels bullish, but is it bullish? I do not know. I'm gonna sit in my pause. Obviously, I'm having some trouble reading this price action. Oh, I think the Brazil South Korea game was at 10. Japan game was at 10. Okay, confusing. Just what is this? What's going on here? Not sure. Not sure, Pandas. Maybe, quite possibly, second entry long A, B, C. It's a really small two-legged pullback. Not sure if I want to take it, but that is a second entry long here for me. Terrible signal bar. Maybe I'll take the trap here. If we get another trap, I'll take it short. Believe it or not, I might be a glutton for punishment here. Could just be having his uptrend here right now. Could just be a nice second entry long. Might be missing an opportunity to go second entry long here. We're clearly above the 20 MA. And gap created, right? Double bottom, gap created here. Right, doesn't even come back to fill this gap. Pushes down strongly. Just confusing. I don't know if I want to take the trap or the second entry long here. Knowing me, I'll probably try to take the trap again. It's a second attempt to reverse. Plus a second entry short on the 10,000 tick chart about to form as well. I need to set up though. I need the second entry long to trigger. A, B, C, A. Another trap. The problem is now we have this trend line that could be blocking us. And do I want to trade really into this trend line? I don't. I really don't. Going beneath the 20 MA now? Shucks.
10,000 tick trap.
That's wild. Wild price action. I don't know what to do here, Pandas. I'm confused. And you guys can see my confusion. I mean, I've already lost my one trade here. My first trade of the day. I thought it was a good trade. I waited for a good setup. I thought. We're bouncing off our trend line and also off maybe the 20 MA here. Ooh, now I want to go long here, Pandas. I mean, we already made that new high. Even though it's by like 2 ticks. Let's set my pause. I'm actually going to take the trap here. Thinking we already tested this high. Making a double top of some sort. Second entry short on 10,000 tick chart. Only problem is that we have this trend line that may be acting as support now.
10,000 tick trap.
But if we get a trap here, I would consider it. Another trap to the short side. Fail second entry long again. Second attempt here and probably swing this one a little bit, to be honest. inside bar. It might not even give me the trap. It might push down without me. Bouncing off nicely off our trend line now, and also maybe 20 May. Very interesting. I just don't like the fact that we had to break a trend to new high already. Good signal bar. Maybe not as good as I thought. Let it finish. Good signal bar. Okay, entry bar. Strong entry bar. Coming off our trend line. Also coming off the 20 MA. Is it like a no-brainer long here that I'm missing? Something very obvious. The reason why I don't like it is because we have a break of trend to new high already on this spiking channel. I don't know. 20 may starting to curl up as well. This trend line blocking us if we're going to go short. Very hard to take that short as well. Hard for some people, but not hard for this panda. In short here. Maybe swing it a little bit. We'll get a 1-to-1 on the risk reward. 1-to-1 on risk reward here. Again, like I mentioned, this trend line, I may reverse it here because if we can't break beneath this trend line, we get a higher low setup. This just looks like an uptrend about to push up, but let's try short again here. Another attempt to reverse here. Looking for that 1-to-1 risk reward. Pushing beneath the trend line, which is what I want to see in this position. I can take the risk off by coming here, but I don't mind the amount of risk I'm taking. It's very little. It's 2.5 points.
Five-minute trap. 5-minute trap.
Okay, that's not what you want to see if you're short. You don't want it to reverse at all. Let me get a small reversal here. I'm not sure. Okay, looks like we're in. We got close. One tick. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. I don't know if I'm even green. Am I green? I'm slightly red. Slightly red. Let's see if this runner can get me green. Coming back to the bottom of this trading range here. We have this area we might bounce off. Basically making a kind of like a double bottom here. Pretty nice, decent, right? Decent follow through here. I'm gonna trade this like any other swing trade. I'm not really looking for a certain profit, really. I'm just looking for some price action that I like to have. I'm not gonna move this. I'm gonna basically take the stop here unless we get a nice pivot. Then if we get a nice pivot, I'll move this down to the pivot low, the next pivot high, I mean. In order to do that, we need a lower high setup before stopping me out. And as things look, I'm not sure if we're gonna get that. Oh, don't think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna stop out here, unfortunately. And that's how most runners die. What can I say? This is the most common scenario. Okay, we're pushing down. It's giving me hope here. If anything, I can come out and just take, you know, some more bamboo. Looks like we're gonna stop out here. It's all good. It's just a runner. Runner's free money. You know, like, I guess I could have protected some profits here, but it's the prospect of the fact that we could get huge profits, which is why you want to keep this runner if we can. But maybe you consider the market cycle today it being somewhat pretty choppy, and you don't really know if runners are going to go that far today. I mean, any runner today really hasn't done much, unless you had a runner from here. I can't tell you how many times I've seen my runner get stopped out and then it just goes down forever. Hey, we're still in this, pandas. We're still in this. I mean, I'm just keeping. I'm at break even +1, no risk trade here, and let's see what happens. I don't like the price action here. It looks very choppy. Like, I almost want to just protect some profits and just come out. I think it's very unlikely this runner will go very far just because how choppy we are.
$10,000 trap.
Amazing. We're still in this. Okay, we just got stopped out. It's all good, pandas. It's all good. That was a risk we're willing to take. And we took our risk off, so it's all good. Moving on, next trade. It's very choppy, overlapping bars. Hard to tell what direction we're still going here. On the short term trend line, you can see like this. You can consider that. It's just not good price action in my opinion today right now. They keep raising the commissions when it comes to futures trading. It's like sooner or later it's gonna be like even one tick you're gonna start losing money, which would be really unfortunate. Like, because you want one tick to actually give you money, but with the rate the fees keep going up, I don't know. It's just a matter of time until not even a tick makes you money.
$10,000 trap.
Secret says, yo, Panda, just got 2 more 25k counts passing the evals on Friday and today. I definitely use your BBM 80 codes. Thank you so much for what you do, trading community. We appreciate it. Let's go, baby. Hey, for those who don't know what we're doing here, we trade every single day risk-free using Apex funded traders. And that means, yes, risk-free. The only risk that you take is paying for the evals and whatever fees. But when it comes to actual trading, none of your own personal capital gets affected. And that's an amazing opportunity for traders like you and me who don't have access to capital. And, you know, it's like, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, in my opinion. And the best part is that you have an 80% off code right now. And the most powerful thing about Apex, I think personally, is having multiple accounts and trading and using the trade copier. I talk about this all the time because the math never changes. It's always the same. And to me, I'm just like, if you're not taking this opportunity, you gotta take it. You gotta take it right now while it's hot. And you know, it's basically, it's like you have life possibility of life changing money here. What I mean by that is, let's just say you have 4 accounts. You open 4 accounts, you have a trade copier. You're trading like it's one account. You don't care how many accounts you have. Like for me, I don't care how many accounts I have. I trade my one account the same way I trade any other account. I just trade it as if I'm trading one account. And the best thing about it is the fact that if you have 4 accounts, you multiply 4 times 250, which is 1,250 because that's how many trading days there are in a year. And you multiply that by 4 because that's how many accounts you have. And that equals 1,000. And so how can you calculate how much you can make per year? Is by multiplying that by the average you make per day. So let's just say you can make $100 per day. Right now I'm negative 177. So technically I'm making negative one, whatever, $77 times 1,000. But if you can be profitable and be green, make $100 per day, then with the trade copper 4 accounts at the end of the year, with just $100 a day on one account, you can make $100K a year. That's six figures. And to me, that's pretty significant. And that's only with 4 accounts. And that's only with making $100 a day, if you can sustain that. Let's say if you make, $250 a day, then you're talking about $250,000 a year, which is 4 accounts. Or you can say, if you have 10 accounts and you make $100 a day, then that's still $250,000. Because if you have 10 accounts and you multiply that by 250, 2,500 times 100 is 250,000, $250,000. And the best part is, Pandas, there's an 80% off code right now. And the nice thing about that 80% off code is that it's 80% off the lifetime of the evaluation. And this code will end today. So please take advantage of it. I think if you are at all interested, this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. This is just so choppy. I'm uncertain what's happening here, but I just know on the higher time frames, we just tested the 20 EMA on the 10,000 tick chart, and it just looks wacky. This is not a day to trade for me. This is not it. Like, I would be fine with closing the charts today and just let it chop around for the rest of the day. And if it goes on a super trend, I'm just like, okay, maybe midday I might check it out again. But it's like one of those days where you're just like, you kind of want to stay away from the market, in my opinion. But I'm just a panda. Who knows? This is a channel with an overshoot. Maybe leading to reversal. And as you can see, this larger trend break a trend to new high. I'm not like, I'm bearish, but at the same time, I know this is a trading range, so it's just difficult to know. It's difficult to know where it's going to bounce. We still haven't filled this gap. I feel like we're going to fill it soon. We basically came to retest this breakdown area. Right, the moment this like crashed, we basically retested that area. The reason being is because a lot of times there's a lot of orders here. And people come in when they retest this area because they missed the first move down. They're like, okay, we still think it's bearish. So if we come back here, this is a good spot for us to enter because that's where the initial big push down was. So now, like, let's just say you're an institution, right? And you want to go short. And you had a level here that you want to keep going short. But if you're an institution, you trade so large, you can't just put all your orders in one spot. So what do? You put your big order in here, pushes it down, and when it comes back here to your level, you put your big order in again. Keep putting your big orders in until you get your full position that you want as an institution. Pushing strongly up. Still haven't filled this gap. Amazing. 1, 2, 3. Triple bottom here. Triple bottom being created. So many boxes on my screen. Just don't know what's going on anymore. I'm gonna keep this here to see when this gap gets filled. Lower high perhaps here. It's very confusing in my opinion. I mean, it's just trading range. Classic trading range price action. It's very confusing. In fact, we had this overshoot led to an undershoot reversal, making a new low. So I think we need to make another low here. I think we need to make a new low. Right, it's an expanding pattern, which I've mentioned so many times. I hate expanding patterns, but it's an expanding pattern. We're making higher highs and lower lows. It's just nonsense. It's madness. Complete madness. Believe it or not, second entry short does trigger on the 5-minute chart. A, B, C. Second entry short triggers. Gives you a scalp, but not much more than that. Pushing back up. Expanding pattern. Like my chart looks crazy because the price action is crazy. Pushing back up. What is happening here? Nobody knows.
5-minute trap.
No one's gonna know. Who's gonna know? Get it pushing up. The expanding pattern. Like who knows? It could push back down when it touches the top of the expanding pattern. What's happening here? I guess on the 5-minute chart, we still want to come back to test the 20 EMA sooner or later. Just wacky price action. We're in this up leg and this expanding pattern here. Huh. Second entry long, but above the 20 EMA as well. It's not a second entry long by, you know, in a way that we like it. This is one leg down, one leg up, believe it or not. It's so choppy, but this is one leg down, one leg up. And it's so choppy, it doesn't seem like we're going to move very strongly in any direction, in my opinion. I could be wrong, right? The 20 EMA is starting to curl up, but even though we are pushing up here, we have room to the top of this wedge. I wouldn't be surprised if we reversed. I mean, I just have no idea. And that's why price action like this is just so frustrating, because, you know, when a trend starts to begin, you're thinking, okay, you actually already have a break of trend to new high here. Retesting this spot again with an expanding pattern, right? Look at how this low is lower than this low by 1 tick. And this low is lower than this low by 2 ticks. So you have this lower lows being created. Coming back up here with this break of trend to new high already created. It seems like the 5-minute does want to come back to 20 EMA. Like, that's kind of where it feels like it wants to go back to, at least. Right, with the initial push down, we had no follow through whatsoever, just sideways movement. We do push strongly up, touching the top of this expanding pattern. Breaking above this high now. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here, Panis. It's not tradable for me. And again, I think this might be one of those days where I'll just turn off my charts after the stream and just enjoy the rest of my day, not stressing over the charts. Yeah, my chart looks crazy right now. Get rid of this line. Don't even fill this gap here, which is kind of amazing. Maybe shows you the bullishness. Doesn't fill that gap. Let's clean it up a little bit. What's the score right now? What is the score? Japan is killing it, as in 0-0. Okay. Japan, the odds are getting shots on target are 0 though. Yeah. No, 1-0 Japan? Oh, what? Okay, this is crazy. I mean, believe it or not, look at the trading range indicator. The trading range indicator has marked the trading range from down here to up here. That's how choppy we were going all the way up. It's just trading range indicator is like saying, no, we're still very choppy. Pushing down here off this expanding pattern. Haven't quite touched the 20 EMA yet on the 5-minute chart, which makes me feel like we can keep going up or sideways for a longer period of time. But I'm not taking this long here. That's for certain. Satsuma score. Huh, no idea. Am I trying for a reversal here? Good, but it's not a trade I typically take. I typically don't take just a reversal. A failed trap reversal trade. I usually don't take this. We're so choppy right now, it's like almost banking on the fact we're not going to really break out here. That trap reverses and fails. Whoever went long there, like I mentioned, I'm not taking that trap. Certainly not. Let's make it two-legged here. A, B, C. Currently, my trap. I want to see the outcome of this push down. I want to see what happens here. We're near the 20 MA. Hidden second entry long. Currently, there's a double reversal. Hit this one bar. No idea. I'm just watching this chop up, and yeah, this is a perfect example for a day where you're glad that the evaluations are so cheap that when you get chopped up, you're like, all right, I mean, it's so cheap I can just get another one. Honestly, evaluations are so cheap. They're cheaper to just buy a brand new eval and let it and don't even reset it. But don't actually get rid of them. Don't cancel them. Just let them reset. They reset every month. So if you guys don't know Apex, if you have a blown account on evaluation and you don't cancel the account and the account renews, like the monthly renewal, then they actually give you a free reset. They just reset it for you. I'm not sure if you guys know that, but if you didn't, then it's good, good information to know. So if you have like a couple blown accounts, just keep them and just let them renew, and it'll reset automatically. Okay, we're pushing higher. This second entry long, hidden second entry long. If you didn't notice, this is a hidden second entry long. I'm not taking any trades here. This is just wacky. It's too low probability for too low of a, too bad of a risk reward. Nico Jess says, I thought the reset was $34. No, resets are $80. Resets are $80. But it'll reset automatically. But it's like, for now, it's like, might as well just buy a brand new account. And, like next month, if you're like wanting to try again, just let it reset on its own and you have brand new accounts. And just know that from beginning to end, from beginning your evaluation to first withdrawal, it will take 1 month. Only 1 month. Where before it used to take about 3 months, 2 to 3 months. But now it's only 1 month till you get your first withdrawal. In fact, it's the same amount of time that you would take typically with just a PA account. If you had a PA account, it takes you 1 month to withdraw because you can only withdraw once a month. And so, now they've changed the rules. So to the point where basically if you have a PA account, or if you start from brand new evaluation to first withdrawal, it's like the same amount of time to get a withdrawal. It's crazy. That's crazy to me. So make sure you guys take advantage of the coupon. Today's the last day they'll have it. And who knows when they'll have this particular coupon. This one is nice because it's 80% off, future, or, the lifetime of the evaluation, whereas the typical coupon is 80% off and then 50% off the next month. So I mean 50 to 80% that's a pretty big jump, to be honest. Okay, believe it or not, here's a second entry long for me here. I almost want to take the trap trade. We're so close to hitting the 20 EMA on the 5 minute. I mean, it might have another push up here. Actually, I can't even take a trade here. I don't know what's happening. Nico Jazz says, I'm confused. I thought that it's 80% off lifetime, meaning if you blow it and allow it to reset, it's 80% off. Yes, that is true. But I think you're using the wrong word. Yeah, renewal. It's a renewal every month. But that renewal, you get a free reset. yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for explaining to our dear friend here, Nico Jazz. Let's let's just clear the confusion up. Cool. Big push down. No entry. Very nice. And that is it for me today. Pandas, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. And yeah. Can't take any more of this. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. And trade safe everyone. And 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. If you want to become a panda, just hit that join button and you have access to the pre-market show where we go over all my account balances, over all my off-stream trades, and also, yeah, if you want access to that, you could become a panda. It's $5 a month. I always take it as you guys supporting me by buying me 1 cup of coffee a month. And I appreciate that because Mrs. Panda and I definitely take advantage of that. And yeah, so we celebrate every time we get a new panda. So I'll see you guys then at 9 o'clock for the pre-market show, 9:15 for the mainstream. And have an amazing rest of your trading day. And yeah, as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.